Hallo ihr Lieben und willkommen in der nächsten Runde.
Ryan! Oh, Ryan, get in the boat.
I can't.
You have to, you'll drown.
We're already drowning. How can you sit there like that?
Despair doesn't help anything.
Neither does false hope. And I'm not despairing.
How can you say false hope? You're drowning.
Well, you're missing your oars. And you don't even know where you're going. And yet you're so sure you're gonna get there.
It's better than drowning.
Well, enjoy floating on the surface like you always do.
There's nothing deep about drowning. Just get in the boat.
You have to let me feel this. Someone has to.
That's not fair. I love him as much as you do. I just really believe we're going to be okay.
Der Vater wollte wohl selbst nicht mehr leben.
Dear Mr. Barnett, I'm not sure if this letter will get to you. However, I felt the need to write to you in your company. My daughter recently passed away after a long battle with cancer. And she was only 14 years old. In our short time with her, we saw her transformed from our wonderful little girl into a sickly child who spent far too many days in her bed full of pain. And we worried that we would never see her happy again. Well, the hospital gave her access to a computer, and she found her way to your game. I'm unsure really what it is, but from the day that she began playing Legends of Terrace, our daughter changed. She sat up, she was excited, she smiled again. She told us all these stories about what she was doing in the lands, all the things she wanted to do in real life but was too sick to try. She swam in the ocean, rode a horse, she had birthdays, bought a house, and she went on adventures with these new friends from all over the world. I don't know how to explain the happiness that it brought to us. For a short while, our daughter returned to us. She'd regained the wonder and an optimism that the illness had taken from her. She talked about strange lands that you had made, the creatures, magical things, and adventures she went on. She lost her battle for life, but you helped bring our daughter back for a short time. And for that, we're eternally thankful. Sincerely, Julie.
Da ist die Tochter mit 14 Jahren auch gestorben. Hat aber, ich denke, der Brief an einen Computerhersteller, Programmierer gerichtet, dass der Barnett die Legend of Terrace gespielt hat. Legend of Terrace? Ich glaube ja. Und endlich mal wieder happy war nach all der ganzen Scheiße. Und Freunde kennengelernt hat, in Ländern unterwegs war, am Ozean geschwommen ist, Pferde geritten hat und ja, jetzt halt das Problem ist, ich kann das lesen, aber sad, but wir müssen es at week 12. Sad, but sweet the next. Oh, ich kann. Ich höre sie nicht. Tut mir leid. Passiert.
Dear Julie, thank you for your letter. I am honored to have played any small part in bringing your daughter joy. She will be missed within the game. I knew your daughter as Hanara of the Knights Guild. In our world, she lived in Dvardik and defended the city many times from the forces of evil. Your daughter may have ultimately lost her battle with that dragon cancer, but in my game, she was the dragon slayer. Since you don't know much about the game or who she was there, I'm sending you a screenshot of one of your daughter's adventures. Sincerely, Paul.
Grandiose Antwort. Nur wo ist der Screenshot? Von den Geschichten. Vielleicht kommt er gleich noch. Das ist es. Seite, let's go to stand from. Unwashed of Darwin. She's a citizen in good standing. She's carrying a lifeline flowing long sword in the right hand. The left hand is empty. It's of dragon hair. Black war stare named Lucky. She is your equal. Dames.
I'm reminded that having faith does not mean denying what is happening to Joel. Faith means knowing exactly what is happening and also knowing that God has a truth that trumps every other fact.
Hör mal auf mit Gott. Ich meine, sie stürzt sich nur noch darauf. Ich meine, einerseits, ja, verständlich. Andererseits,
I'm sure my expectation looks like denial, but seeing Joel dying does not make me any less certain that he will be healed. In some ways, I feel more certain, not because the same doubts don't come to me, but because I know that they will not be entertained much longer, because this chapter is almost finished, and we will have an ending one way or the other. So the doubts and fears that make me reaffirm that even if I'm wrong, this is where I stand, become less and less powerful.
Durch ihren Glauben, woran sie glaubt. Wird also dieses ganze traurige Gefühl, sag es jetzt mal so ganz, weniger und weniger stark.
People's conciliatory words of comfort meant to reassure us and help us accept Joel's death don't sit well with me. They aren't offensive because I know the heart behind them is good, but they are weak words because it's so obvious to me that death is the given. I don't have to work to be ready for it or accept it. It is coming whether I would accept it or not. It has been coming slowly for so long. I don't have to work to understand that Joel is dying. It is obvious. Heaven is amazing. And so I'm not worried about death. It will come regardless of where I stand and wait. But now, death is circling close enough for redemption to finally feel closer. This is the part of the story where a daring rescue can thwart Death's intentions just in time, perhaps when it looks like it's already too late. I want to watch for that. I don't need to focus my eyes on Death, studying it in its slow progression. Its course is already clear. But there is a glory that is coming, and its journey to us is wild and quick and frightening, and I want to be watching for that glory. I want to stand trembling in awe before God and His power. Not sure that this thing that we've asked for is something we can quite manage, but trying anyway. Death is the given. But the life that is possible now for Joel, the miracle, that could come now that death is so close is something worth pursuing, worth risking everything to see with my own eyes.
Sie ist extrem vernarrt auf den Glauben. Und sie glaubt immer noch, dass es alles im Guten wird, an ein Wunder, und glaubt immer noch. Ihr seht, wie stark das ist. Und nein, schwimm nach oben, hör auf. Ich muss sehen, was es bringt. Was tut er? Dehydration.
Huh. The sunset looks pretty from here. The orange glow cast on the wall. Better than the muted colors of this hospital. I wonder why they choose blues and greens. They, the ones who choose the colors that heal. Green for life. Blue. For comfort. Purple stripes to hide the stains. This chair is too small and sticks to my skin. I hate vinyl.
Bin ich der Papa? Zum Fenster gucken.
Blue. Purple. The ocean, maybe? No, under the ocean. Silent, warm, and salty, like tears. He won't stop crying. I don't blame him. He feels miserable. I hate that we're here. I hate that he's sick. I just want him to feel better. It's okay, Jolie. Shh. Oh, don't throw your head, buddy. Don't. Here we go. Bouncing around. Do you like that? Oh, I love your giggle. Bounce around. Is that funny? A bounce, a bounce, a bounce, bounce, bounce. Oh, he won't stop crying. I hate this room. I didn't used to. For a moment, it was an adventure. I was cast as the compassionate and caring father, holed up with his fragile son in a small cleft in the rocks. The storm raging, waves ripping at the sharp black rocks below, and enveloped in my arms, he feels safe, and I am holding him firmly, trying not to slip. Because if you hold tight enough, nothing will take him. Right? I wonder if he's hungry. He's screaming louder. Buddy, don't you want juice? He hits the box. I don't catch it. He drinks it greedily. Big, deep gulps. Okay, Jolie, that's enough. Breathe, kiddo. And he does. And I wipe his face of snot, and tears, and juice. And then he vomits, and I catch it. I always catch it. I know you're thirsty, buddy, but you'll throw it up. Don't grab too hard. You'll squirt all the juice out. Here, let me have it.
No.
It's so late, Joel. Lay down. I can't hold you. I can't make you feel better. Shh. Okay, buddy, okay. I'll hold you. Oh, Joel Bug, you look so miserable. No! Don't hit your head on the bars, Joel. Joel! I know you're mad. Please stop. Please. Stop. I shake. I weep. I pray. I plead. I need peace. I am empty. You are. I know all that you are. You are there. I want you here. I want you to call my son. And you've brought us this far. He's still here, not dead, not there, with you. Oh God, I want him here with me. Please. Peace. He sleeps. Thank you.
Oh, die Leute. So brutal. Dieses Geheule. Meine Erinnerung.
There's a story in the Bible where Jesus and his disciples are on a boat. And a furious storm hits the sea, and everyone thinks they're gonna die. And where do you think Jesus is? Rowing alongside them? No. He's asleep. In the back of the boat. So his disciples are freaking out and wake him up, and they say, "Don't you care if we drown?" So Jesus gets up and he says to the storm, "Quiet, be still." And the sea becomes completely calm. Then he asks his disciples why they are so scared and if they have any faith at all. Like he was frustrated with them. Because even though Jesus said, "Let's go to the other side of the lake," his disciples thought he was gonna just let them die. So Joel died. Everyone does eventually, I suppose.
Wieder so ein ganz alter Jesus-Song.
But more than that, if he does die, will Jesus even care? Will he weep for him as he did for Lazarus? Will he weep for me? I think greater than my fear of death is that of insignificance. Or rather, my default assumption is that my thoughts and passions and loves and the stuff of my being are insignificant. How could the creator of all that is and ever was love my son as he did Lazarus? And could my soul stranded on this blue raft awash in a sea of stars, ice, and dust matter enough to him to turn his hand in mercy? Even while Jesus wept for Lazarus. 5 minutes later, he raised Lazarus from the dead.
Okay, es geht schon. Wo geht's jetzt hin? Was? Alles klar. Joel ist nicht mehr da. Charlie.
I'm sorry. I should have known we'd both end up in the same place. We always do. It just scares me every time. I just really believe he'll be healed. I know you believe too, just when you act like that, I get all unsure.
I don't know that.
What do you mean?
I just hope that. I don't know.
Sie kommen ja anscheinend dem Ganzen näher und es ist als Eltern die Diagnose, die haben so viele harte Tage und Zeiten. Das ist einfach brutal. Geht's jetzt hin? Das ist so hart. Das Spiel ist ja schon hart genug. Aber durch viele Gedanken von mir, durch meine Erlebnisse, wie schon erwähnte. Einfach nur. Joe. Also er ist schon auf dem Weg zu Gott, weil die Schlingen... Das Boot ist angekommen. Sein Messer ist da, seine Rüstung. Vielleicht war das seine letzte Serie, die er gerade geliebt hat, sein Song. Kinder. Überall dicke Wurzeln. Selbst draußen, egal wo du hinguckst. Und dieses Gefühl, dass dein Kind, oder dieser Blick, dein Kind sitzt da im Krankenbett, hat nicht mehr lang zu leben, guckt aber noch eine Serie, ist dadurch abgelenkt, happy, hat vielleicht keine Schmerzen, nicht mehr dieses Heulen von vorhin. Wie du es drehst und wendest. Puls wird langsamer und leise. Ich sitze da vorne. Und wie ihr seht, alle Medis sind angeschlossen. Was ist da vorne? Ist das noch wie so ein Flamme oder was ist das? Ist das die Kerze? Das sind alle traurigen Flammen der Hoffnung. Alle gleichzeitig brennen.
Oh Lord, my God, let this boy's life return to him.
Was? Was ist das denn jetzt hier? Was zur Hölle? Was ist das? Die Kerzen alle anhalten geht nicht anscheinend, ne? Nein, es gibt nur wieder 2 Kerzen aus. Du kannst kämpfen, wie du willst. Ich kann auch nicht mal anklicken jetzt. Jetzt. Was muss ich tun? Ich raff es nicht. Ich verstehe es nicht. Ich raff es nicht.
Oh Lord, my God, let this boy's life return to him.
Kerzen aushaben. Auch nicht. Und sowas kurz vor Toreschluss? Ich glaub's ja nicht.
Oh Lord, my God, let this boy's life return to him.
Up. My God, come save him.
Zur Musik müssen wir wahrscheinlich alles anmachen. Okay.
pray with all the strength, with all the faith that is in us, Lord. There is no time left for this child on this earth. And God, so we come to you, Lord, with faith of little children, with faith as small as a mustard seed. And Lord, we speak in the name of Jesus. Oh my God, let this child's soul come back to him.
Jetzt übertreiben sie es aber echt mit der Kirche.
He was not in the wind. He was not in the earthquake. He was not in the fire. He was here in a gentle whisper.
Tja, wie ein Phönix aus der Asche. Picknick am Ende der Welt. Mal sehen.